Good evening, everyone. We'll just wait for 2 more minutes because a couple of people are still joining,
Oh,
and then we'll get started.
मम्मा इसका नाम ब्लू लाइट के करी
on है बल्कि
ऑन है बल्कि
हम्म,
and on and on on मैं तुम्हें 1 2 3 करते करते
Okay, so good evening, guys. Let's get started. Okay, so in the today's session, hope everyone is able to view my screen and am I audible enough? Can somebody can confirm?
Yeah,
yes
your
sir.
screen is visible.
Okay, great. All right, guys. So okay, so today we are going to start with interview preparation and what type of technical questions are being asked in the interview, especially for the for this role, right? So I just need everyone's involvement in this and participation.
अरे
Let's make it more
हट जा
interactive
फिर
so that we can understand where we stand in terms of
चल
our own knowledge and
चल
what is the
तू
industry
किधर
requirement and how effectively
तू
we
किधर
can answer that questions in the interview, right?
तू
So I
किधर
want
तेरा
everyone's
देख के मैं पूरा
participation,
अरे
so let's quickly get started
क्या
with the Q&A. Okay, so the I would request everyone to take notes of these questions because these are the questions that you'll have to get ready with, right? So prepared well in advance so that when you are going for an interview you will be well prepared and it will be very easy for you to recollect those answers and crack the interview. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first technical questions that might be asked: what is a mortgage backed security? Can somebody quickly tell me what do you mean by mortgage backed security quickly? You guys can try, yeah. I mean, whatever you know, right? If not, just let me know. We can discuss that quickly and move on to the next question, because there are a couple of questions that we'll have to cover, right? So that everybody will get equal opportunity to see what type of questions are being asked, right, in the interview, and how we can prepare it. Anybody would like to give a try? What is mortgage-backed security? First of all, have you guys heard about mortgage-backed security? Yes, no.
If we want to take the loan, we should show the back end assets, that is the mortgage assets.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Bank loans will be divided into multiple tiny parts, and that will be used as an investment for AMCs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else?
Oh, bank will sell the security will sell the total loans to another person like SPV, like
Mm-hmm. What is
uh,
the full form of SPP?
a special purpose vehicle.
Special purpose vehicle. Good. Okay. So
Like
securitization is done, and then
yeah,
that bond is created and sold in the market, right?
yes,
So in that case, bank will be the middleman,
yeah,
right? They will collect the loans. I mean, issue loans and then pass on that loans to the investment bank. Then investment bank, with the help of the securitization, they will create loan, and that, yeah, sorry, a bond, and that bond will be issued to the investor. So basically, whoever is purchasing the bond is actually supplying money in the industry, and that will be that money is passed on to the to the borrower of the loan, but bank will be just as a middleman. Okay, so that bond is purchased by, as per the the credit rating given by the credit rating organizations, right? So those bonds are sold in the market. So usko kya bolenge hum log? So those are sold in the tranches, right? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये सबको पता है क्या? आई मीन व्हाट इज मॉर्गेज बैक सिक्योरिटी? क्विकली,
No.
otherwise we'll move on. Yes, no, otherwise we'll
No.
move on.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So mortgage back security, let me just quickly take you through with that topic, because there are so many questions that we'll have to cover. Just so are you guys able to view my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's quickly understand what is mortgage-backed security. So see, this is a quick, diagrammatic representation how exactly the mortgage-backed security works. Okay, so if you see here, let me just, yeah. So this portion. So basically, for example, if you want to purchase a house, right? Where do you go normally? If you want to take a house, right? If you selected, let's say 50 lakh rupees is the valuation of your asset. Now you have, let's say, 10 lakh rupees. Now 40,000 short of money, right? So in order to get that 40 lakh rupees, where would you go?
To the bank.
Bank.
To
Bank.
the bank, right? So you will go to bank, but bank is not going to directly go, going to give you a loan, right? So bank will first of all scrutinize your income statement, and they will see the capacity, whether repayment capacity is there or not, right? So there are two types of customer. One is prime customer and one is subprime customer. The prime customer is the one who is eligible to take a loan. So for example, if your your income is 1 lakh rupees per month, and if you are looking for 40 lakh rupees is a loan. So basically for 1 lakh rupees, 1000 is a estimated EMI for 1 lakh per 1 lakh 1000 is. So for a 40 lakh rupees, if you are taking a loan, approximately 40,000 would be your monthly EMI, right? So that means you are eligible to take a loan. So definitely bank will scrutinize your paper, then they will see your whether you are repaying capacity is there or not. And if you are eligible to take that loan, you will be the prime customer. And the one who is not eligible, I mean who has no capacity to repay that loan, and they're not eligible to take that loan, that customer is called a subprime customer. Are you with me? Anybody has any question? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that subprime customer, okay. So for example, if you go to bank, you purchase you take a loan from the bank, let's say 40 lakh rupees ka loan liya apne, okay. And then in exchange of that loan, what bank is expecting from you? If you are purchasing a home of, let's say, 50 lakh rupees, right?
Security.
And if security, right? That's this case. Let's take a same example here. Okay, so bank lends 150,000 USD to this borrower. Okay, so this person is John, let's say. Okay, so John buys house and he takes loan of 150,000 USD from the bank. So now bank will take the security, paper of this agreement papers and all, right, as a guarantee. Now what happens? Bank will keep on giving such kind of loans to many such customers, right? Now what happens? How that bank is going to get a benefit out of this, guys? What bank is going to get?
Interest.
Bank is going to get interest plus principal, right?
Yes.
Principal plus interest. Now what happens? This principal plus interest is divided into small piece, is called EMI, right? Equated monthly
Installment.
Perfect. Equated monthly installment. Now what happens? There are such thousands of loan bank has given to the different customer. Now what happens? That bank has to wait for almost 20 years, 25 years, more than 15, 20, 25 years to get that money bank along with the interest, right? So that is a long period of time. Now bank thinks that we have issued such multiple loans to the multiple customer. Let's do some trick wherein bank will collect, bank has, let's say, thousands of such loans. So bank will create a pool. Pool means what? Bank will try to create pool means they will collect similar kind of loans and create a bundle of these loans. For example, 50 lakhs loan, they have 150 50 lakh rupees ka loan for, let's say, 20 years. Then they will have another loan which are for 15 years. There are certain loan which are for 10 years, 30 years, such way, like that. So then these are called pools. Okay, so they will categorize these kind of loans together, and now they will reach out to this is commercial bank, guys. This is commercial bank. So normally we take a loan from the commercial banks, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Right.
that
Yes.
commercial bank will now sell these loans to investment bank. Okay, so you can see here, these are the pools of mortgages here created. Okay, so bank bundles the mortgages into pool. Mortgage means what? All your loans which are given, I mean guarantee papers, I mean security papers are lying with you, so that is a guarantee, right? So that is mortgage. So that those loans or those pools, those will be created, means see, there are multiple customers out here, John, mortgage, others. Okay, so these are the customers. As per their different types of customers, these are the pools created
इससे नीचे
together,
पेन गिरी
and
निकालो.
those pools are sold by the commercial bank to the large bank. It's called a investment bank. Okay, so how is it going to benefit for these two banks? Number one, Here in this case, if this bank has given loan, let's say 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, do you think that is there any kind of risk involved, guys?
No.
Is there? No?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, there is a risk involved. First of all, you'll have to wait until 20 years that you are going to get principal plus interest from this person, from this customer. Number two, if in case that customer defaults the loan, what will happen? Bank is in loss, right? If that person, if that how is it going to be a defaulter? See, there are multiple mortgages, multiple loans given by the bank. There are, if the ratio of that default get increased, and then in that case bank will be in the trouble. And that is the reason this commercial bank creates those pool and sell it out to the large bank. This is called the investment bank. Now this investment bank is purchasing those loans by paying premium amount. Okay, so let's say this bank has given a loan, let's say 1,000 crores, 1,000 crores. Now this 1,000 crore का loan जो बैंक ने दिया है, definitely bank is going to earn interest on this. Am I right?
Yes.
So let's say 10% is the 10% is the the flat rate, I would say, approximately. So on 1,000, 10% is how much?
100 CR.
100 CR, right? So basically bank is going to earn 100 CR on 1,000 capital. Now what happens? There are fair chances of default, and in order to avoid that default or that risk, this bank, commercial bank, will create those pool and sell those to the investment bank. Now how this investment bank is going to benefit out of this? Now what happens? This bank will purchase those loans by paying paying certain premium amount. Okay, now those loans, I mean, ideally in this case the EMI is given to whom? Which bank? Commercial bank or investment bank, guys? Initially when the commercial bank has issued loan, so commercial bank is going to get commercial bank is going to get EMI, or that
Commercial bank.
commercial bank,
Commercial
right?
bank will be receiving the EMI amount, and that will be passed on to
Yes,
the investment banking
right.
amount.
So once that loan is once that loan is sold to this investment bank, then this particular EMI will be passed on to the investment bank. Now what will happen? This bank is now there is no in picture, because this bank has already got a money from the investment bank. So this bank is safe now, because iska risk jo hai, that risk has already passed on to the large bank. Now what happens? How that loan, I mean, now that loans have been purchased by this investment bank, what is the purpose of purchasing those loan? How this is going to benefit this bank, guys?
Now investment bank
Investment
earn
banking, investment bank purchases the loans at a discounted rate compared
Mm,
to like the difference. So like if the interest is at 10% between
mm,
the buyer, between the home loan and home loan, or between the investor and the normal bank,
mm.
and investment bank will purchase at a lesser rate, and that
Okay.
the margin difference is what their income is.
Great. Now here, so for example, here let's say the EMI is, let's say 10, let me just, okay. So let's say the EMI is, let's say 50,000 monthly, 50,000
Yeah.
EMI, which was supposed to receive from this customer to this investment bank. But now this is passed on to the commercial bank. Now what will happen? This 50,000 will, this commercial bank will receive that 50,000 as a EMI here. But now this investment bank will create a pool, do the securitization with the help of various stakeholders such as credit rating agency. Then they will have custodian, transfer agent and all. Then they will create the securitization, and they will convert those pools into bond. Okay, mortgage backed security, this is called bond. Okay, that part is little bit we'll discuss in detail later. But this investment bank will basically create a bond, and those bonds will be sold out to the investors in the market. Now what will happen? This 50,000 rupees is they are getting in the form of EMI, Okay, this bank has already cleared the dues to this bank. Now this is not in picture. Now from where this bank is going to get that money which they have already paid to commercial bank. Now these guys, I mean, this bank will create a bond, and that bond will be sold out to in the market, and the investors will invest in these bonds called as this is called a mortgage backed security. Those mortgage backed securities are long term instruments, right? So there will be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years mortgage backed security, right? And this collected money will be used to purchase the loans from the commercial bank. Now how this bank is going to benefit this bank? So definitely if there is a bond which is issued to the investor, again this investment bank has to pay interest to these investors, guys. This investor who have invested into this bond, they have to repay that some certain interest. So for example, if bank is getting 10% here, they will return to the bondholder with 7%. That 3% will be the benefit of this investment bank. Are you guys getting me?
Yes.
Okay, so this is just a pass on, right? So this bank, but what happens, in 2007, 8, there was a subprime crisis in US. And that time, have you heard about Lehman Brothers crisis?
Yes.
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 Okay, do you know how did that happen? Anybody has any idea how did that happen?
TDO.
Big. Yes, go ahead. You're saying something? Okay. Anyway, so for example, let's say there are multiple houses. Okay, in US, what happened? The commercial bank started giving loans easily to the customers. Okay, now there is a lot of supply of money in the market. This bank used to give a loan, sell it to the investment bank. Investment bank used to sell the bonds to the customer. Now there was a lot of pumping of money. Okay, the investor used to invest into this security. This directly gets benefited to this. There is a supply to this commercial bank. Commercial bank को पैसा मिलता था. Commercial bank used to easily give an loan to the customer, but commercial bank was not in default, risk, because they used to simply playing a role of middleman, issue loan to the customer by reviewing their profile and sell that loans to the large investment bank. Now this bank is always in secured mode. Now what happened initially, who issued initially I used word of prime customer and subprime customer. What is the prime customer? Who is the prime customer?
Who is
The
eligible
customer
to
who has a better, what's a the CIBIL record, like in India we call CIBIL record,
Right,
and
right.
in US they have like the, I don't know what they call in US, but in India it's a CIBIL record which I tell.
Right. So CIBIL record means you are basically eligible to take that loan. So eligible customer, I would say. And the subprime means the one who is not eligible to take a loan. Now what happens, for example, let's say your salary is 50,000 and you are applying for a 40 lakh rupees loan. Your monthly EMI would be approximately 40,000. Now you are earning 50,000 and you are looking for a loan 40,000 EMI. So bank will bank will treat you as a subprime, means you are not eligible to take a loan, because considering all your expenses you might not be in a position to repay that loan, and that's the reason bank will treat you as a subprime customer. But you go to banker and you insist them that I want this loan, but bank treats you that you are not eligible, you are a subprime customer. Still you insist, but banker back gate से आपको बताया जाता है कि you if you repay, ready to pay extra interest, then we are able to we will approve your loan, right? So what happens, there is a high risk for a bank to issue loan because you are not eligible, so bank will charge high rate of interest. So first of all, your capacity is not, you're not eligible to take a loan because you have a less paying repaying capacity. On top of it, they are charging high rate of interest. Now what happened in US in 2007-8, there was a lot of supply of houses. Okay, construction of houses increased, and that's the reason the prices of the house reduced. Now what happened? Initially, who had taken a rate of loan at a higher rate, let's say 10%. Now the same loan is available at a 5%. Would you like to repay that high rate of interest, guys? Would you like to pay a high rate of interest to the bank?
No, no.
Because the loan is available at a cheaper rate now. It is just for 5%, and you had initially started contract with 10% with the bank. Now the price of your house is also reduced. So let's say when you purchase the house of this this property, that time your valuation was 50 lakh rupees. Now it is selling at a 25 lakh rupees. It is almost 50% reduction in your price. And so would you be ready to pay the high rate of interest to the bank?
No.
Right? So the one who had no capacity to repay the loan, who were termed as a subprime customer, वो subprime customer अभी क्या बोलेंगे? यार लेके जाओ, बैंक को बोलेगा I don't want to pay a high rate of interest. Any which ways, I have no capacity to repay that loan. Just take that house and go. And that's how majority of the US customers or who had taken a loan, they start dropping the loan payment. So they did not pay the loan, and that's what happened. Because of that, they did not pay the EMIs. This investment bank was not getting that EMIs, and they were not able to pass on this to the bondholder. Are you guys getting me?
Can you just repeat again once?
Yeah. So for example, if there are 1,000 houses, right? Out of those 1,000 houses, let's say 500 people, 500 people, because of their repaying capacity, said that the price of any which ways, my price of my house is low. Okay, why should I pay higher
Hello.
of interest? So they said bank, they told bank that just take that house. I don't want to continue the relationship with you. Okay, now even if bank tries to take that custody of that house, the price of that house is very low. And now all of a sudden 500 people stop repaying the EMIs. Definitely there was a burden to the investment bank, that investment bank did not get the EMIs. Okay, because that payment mila hi nahi na bank ko. If investment bank did not get a payment, how can investment bank repay to the bondholder? Now because of this cycle cycle was broken. They who had invested into these bonds, they did not get the that payment or
Principal amount.
payment of those their mortgages. And this is how the entire market, this investment bank got collapsed. And that is the reason there was a biggest bank called Lehman Brothers got crashed in 2007-8. Okay, are you guys getting me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is called a subprime crisis. Subprime means the non-eligible customers, they stopped paying the EMIs, and that impacted to the large bank or investment bank, and that created a recession in the US and the world market in 2007. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if somebody asks you what is a mortgage-backed security, what we can say? What is a mortgage-backed security now?
Securities which are backed by a mortgage.
Right.
Securities are backed by mortgage, which can be either to like a fixed asset or what's say, yeah, basically fixed asset.
Right. Right. Okay. So quickly, just to let you know how exactly it works. So for example, property, then bank gives a housing loan. Okay. Then these loans are sold to the large bank, investment bank. Then this investment bank will create with the help of securitization or SVP से ये करेंगे, bonds create करेंगे, and those bonds will be sold out to the investor. That is a simple process. Okay, now let's go back to the question. So what is mortgage-backed security? So bonds secured by bundle of home loans. If somebody asks you this question, okay, what is mortgage-backed security? You can simply say that the mortgage, okay, the bond secured by the bundle of homes. Okay, and the mortgage-backed securities are the investment products similar to the bond. Okay, each MBS consists of bundle of home loans and other real estate debt bought from the banks that issued them. Investors in the mortgage-backed security receive periodic payments similar to the bond coupon payment. Clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Let's next question. What is mean by commercial paper? We have this one we have already discussed. What is commercial paper?
I'm not sure. I just want to try one. They are issued by the companies or the corporations
Mhm.
for. I'm not sure about the duration. If you can let me know. But what I know is they are issued by corporations to the companies.
Mhm. Okay, so
That's it.
yeah, so it is basically the unsecured promissory note issued by the company to raise the capital, short-term capital, right? This is what we discussed in the first or second session, right? In the money market. So this is a short-term instrument wherein commercial, corporations raise the fund short-term capital in the market with this instrument. So it is unsecured promissory note. And important thing is these are issued at the discounted rate. So for example, the bond valuation is, let's say, on 1 lakh rupees is the bond value. You will have to initially invest 90,000. So that at the time of maturity you will get 1 lakh rupees. So those are issued at the discounted to face value. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So just write it down this question as well. What is a commercial paper? So what was the first question? What is mortgage-backed security? What is commercial paper? Next. What do you mean by preferred share, guys? What is mean by preferred share?
Means those shares which carry preferential right over equity shares in the matter of payment of dividend and repayment of cap.
Great. Good. Acha. So preference shares. Okay. So you will get the first preference to your dividend, and even at the time of liquidation they will be given the first preference as opposed to equity shareholders. So that you can say that it is also called a preferred stock. Okay, so you can try to answer this question as per your own preparation. You can prepare your own definition as per convenient, but the intention of this the session is to make you aware that these kind of questions would be asked in the interview. So I would request everyone to take a note of these questions and just you can prepare by your own unless you have other answer. Okay, so I have given you the sample answer as well. If not, you can prepare your own answer by researching your own. Okay, next is moving on to what is TMPG claim. What does a TMPG stands for? Anybody? What is TMPG, or have you guys heard about TMPG first of all?
No.
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 Okay. So TMPG means what happens, in the US market, in order to avoid the risk of default risk. मतलब market में होता है ना कि when we purchase the security, either buyer or either seller, they both might default. मतलब buyer ने purchase किया है, but buyer is not ready to pay for it. और security खरीदा है, बेचा है, that person is not ready to deliver the security on time. And because of their both of the entities default, then one of the party is going to get disadvantage for that one of the parties. So in order to avoid the fail of transactions in the market, Federal Reserve Bank started charging penalties to control the market. So market failure, मार्केट में ज्यादा से ज्यादा फेल हो रहे थे ट्रांजैक्शन, उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए, इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोटेक्ट द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द बायर, टू अवॉइड there were the sailors who defaults in the market and not delivering the securities on timely basis, and that results into fail of securities in the market. In order to prevent that, the Federal Reserve Bank decided to charge a certain penalties, and that is called a TMPG claim. Now, what is the TMPG? So Treasury Market Practice Group. So that is the group which is that is a group of professional, okay, who's committed to supporting the integrity and efficiency of treasury agency debt, means mortgage-backed security that we just saw, right? Agency mortgage-backed security, in order to avoid the failing of these transactions in the market. This practice group controls by charging the penalties. Are you with me, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so TMPG failed charges for US Treasury security provides that buyer of the Treasury securities can claim monetary compensation from the seller if the seller failed to deliver the securities on timely basis. Clear,
Yes. Yes.
everyone? Okay, so write it down, TMPG. If somebody asks you what is TMPG in your interview, you can tell them it is a Treasury Market Practice Group, which is a group of professionals who helps or support the integrity and the efficiency of the Treasury agency debt or mortgage-backed securities in the market, and that will avoid the the failed trades in the Treasury and the mortgage-backed security in the market. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next. What does working capital mean? What does working capital mean, guys?
The capital which is required for day-to-day operations.
Okay, great. What else? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, guys. Somebody was.
It is the difference of current assets and current assets minus current liabilities. Like it is a
Okay, what else?
short-term capital.
Sir, working capitals means basically those capitals which are used for day-to-day operations. That is called working capital.
Okay. And in order to raise this capital, guys, which market would you like to go into?
Short-term market, money
Money
market.
market.
Money market. Good. And what are those instruments to raise the capital, guys?
Treasury bills, commercial papers,
Commercial
and
paper.
Good.
Treasury
Good.
bill, commercial paper,
bonds.
Promissory note,
certificate of
certificate
deposit.
of deposit, right?
Yes.
yes, sir.
Good, good. Excellent. All right. Moving on to the what is hedge fund, guys? What is hedge fund? What is hedge fund?
High net worth individuals will deposit, will have invest in the fund, like it is a risky instrument.
Basically, I would say that hedge fund is that type of fund where we allocate the money. Whereas if there is any loss, we could recover from recover the losses from that fund only. That is called hedge fund.
How can you recover that losses, guys?
I guess we put some parts of money into that fund, allocate, save that money for future reference. If there is loss, then we can use those funds to recover those losses. That is what I know.
No. Okay. What is your understanding, guys, first of all, about hedge fund? And hedge fund, is it allowed for the retail investors?
No, high net worth individuals will invest.
No, no.
No, only individuals.
Okay, so this is only for the institutional investors and high net worth
Individuals.
individuals. HNIs and institutional investors can participate into hedge fund. Okay, so only qualified institutional qualified investors can participate into this. Okay, now you tell me, see how this exactly structure works in the hedge fund. How the hedge fund works.
Like they will invest in the long position and short position. Like if one cover, if long position is getting losses, like short position will cover. Like net impact will be like market will profit.
So you are trying to say that the hedge fund will try to minimize the risk by investing into various different modes of vehicles of instruments, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. And what is the major difference, guys, with the mutual fund and hedge fund? Quickly.
In mutual funds, retailers can invest, whereas in hedge funds, only high net worth and institutional.
Good.
It is
What else?
mutual fund is a regulated one, like hedge fund is a non-regulated.
Perfect. Good.
Hedge fund are not listed. Mutual fund are listed, and there's a
Good.
huge corporate invested in hedge fund. That is not the
Mhm.
case with the mutual fund.
Right.
And
Good.
liquidation also. And mutual funds, we can. Yeah.
Right. Mutual funds are highly liquid as compared to hedge funds, right?
Yep.
Right. Why? Because even in the hedge fund, you will have a lock-in period. And even after lock-in period, even if you want to withdraw your money, you'll have to give them a prior notice. It's called a notice period, right? So notice period is also you'll have to serve before you withdraw your investments. But in mutual fund, it is not like that. You can just simply withdraw your units as per your convenience. Okay. What else? Mutual fund
Hedge,
में
hedge fund.
या हाँ बोलो.
Hedge fund does not disclose their strategy or investment, like where they invest
Exactly.
in short.
Great. Good point. Right. So hedge fund managers, they don't want to disclose their, strategies. However, if you see at the mutual fund, in the mutual fund, you will see, everything is disclosed in the prospects, right? In which securities, in bonds, or money market, which instrument they are going to invest into, right?
Yes.
Okay, just a second, guys. Yes. So, guys, what is hedge fund? Okay, sorry. So, what was the last important point, that is in the mutual fund, everything is disclosed in the prospects. However, in the hedge fund managers are conservative. They will not disclose their strategies. And the last point is in the hedge
Hello.
fund manager will charge certain fees, right? So, what is that proportion, guys? If somebody asks you what is that proportion? Management fees and the performance
25%.
fees.
Performance fees.
Right. What is that ratio?
2:20.
2 by 20, right? 2% is the management fees and 20 is performance fees. Good. But in the mutual fund, do you have this kind of concept?
Mutual fund only management
Exactly.
fees.
Only management fees. That is right.
Right.
So there
Yes.
is no performance fees as such. Good.
But in hedge
All
fund,
right. You guys yeah. Go ahead.
hedge fund, in basically the most of the money invested, like HNI, high net worth individual and institutional investor. Basically, the like the money taken from the as a promise, as a more than benchmark return. Basically, in the hedge fund, it is a risk free. Yeah.
You can't say that it is a risk free. The hedge fund itself is known as hedge, means you're minimizing or protecting your risk, right?
Yes.
Right. But that doesn't work like that. But here is a kind of, even in you go into professional, the performance piece, again, it is divided into soft hurdle, hard hurdle, then high watermark, right? These are
Yes.
the concepts that it's not practically possible to discuss in this forum. But yes, you should know these terminologies, write it down somewhere and start reading. If you have any questions, you can just drop me a line. If possible, I'll try to answer you that, right? But I want everyone to write it down or note down whatever we are discussing in this forum, so you guys can capitalize it during your interview preparation. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, great. All right.
Sir,
So yes, go ahead. Yeah, you're saying something.
Sir, basically, like the hedge fund is the part of like a derivative market, but in the mutual fund is the not part of as a derivative market, because hedge fund is the enhance the more liquidity position.
See, you can say hedge fund hedge fund managers, I mean, fund managers, they trade into derivatives, money market, capital market, all types of alternative investment options they have. Okay, but in the money in the mutual fund, basically they tend to work with the capital and the money market, because they have to disclose everything, right? They're
Yes, sir.
how much portion they are investing into bond, how much portion they are going to invest into equity, right? If the conservative investors, as per their convenience, each investor will take the decision to invest as per their risk appetite, right? So but in hedge fund, no, not like that. It is known that you should be first of all qualified investors. You should know, you should have a capacity, number one. Number two, you should be qualified. You should know what is the risk involved in the market, and as per your own capacity, you are going to invest into the hedge fund. And that's the reason in a hedge fund, a large amount of portion is contributed by the fund manager in the form of performance fee. So if you want that, that your hedge fund manager should perform very well, they will definitely charge high rate of, or they will contribute high returns from your entire portfolio. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yes,
Okay.
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can one individual person invest in a hedge fund like
No,
let's suppose
no.
Mukesh Ambani?
Yes, those are high net worth individual. What is the definition of high net worth individual? The US का कुछ ये है कि 10 million and above उसका एक threshold रहता है. So if you read the prospect, right, it is clearly stated that who is the qualified institutional investor, or sorry, qualified high net worth individual. That there is a clear definition. For past 2 years, your individual net worth should cross 100 cr or whatever, that there is a prescribed limit mentioned in the in the guidelines. If you fulfill that requirement, then you are or eligible or qualified investor to invest into a hedge fund. But if you ask me, you, those who have less than that capital, okay, not even reaching in crores, then no, we are not HNI. We are just retail investors. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. What is the credit default risk, guys? What is credit default risk?
It is also called as NPA,
Mm-hmm.
non-performing asset.
Everyone, guys.
A risk of getting default.
Who are
Risk of loss, risk
Hmm?
of loss from other party
It is when
counterparty by
the
not
borrower
fulfilling the
refuses
agreement.
to pay the loan.
who are take the loan? That person who failed to repay the, that is the
Mm-hmm.
credit
Good.
default.
Simple. If you have taken a loan, right, and if somebody is not repaying that, there is a default risk. If bank has issued a loan of, let's say 1 CR, and then that customer is not ready to repay that, his defaulter, right? So there is a default risk. The risk of a loss arising from the debtor being unlikely to pay its loan obligation in full, or a debtor is more than 90 days past due on any material credit or obligation. 90 दिन से ज्यादा अगर किसी ने लोन नहीं पे किया, तो उसका क्रेडिट रेटिंग पे इम्पैक्ट होगा, because he will be considered as a defaulter. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so default risk may impact all the credit sensitive transactions, including loans, securities, and derivatives. So if you fail to fulfill that requirement, then definitely you will be charged, you will be penalized, you will be your credit rating score will go down, and that will again impact you to when you are applying for the next loan. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, this risk measured by the standard deviation or beta?
Okay, यार आपने एकदम बहुत बड़ा सवाल पूछा, but in which ways? It depends upon which type of instrument you are investing into. So, for example, if you are into loan, right? So definitely, bank will have certain criteria. So on what basis they want to go? Beta, standard deviation. They will have their own standard, method of, analyzing the risk. So you can't specifically say that
Yes,
यही
sir.
method से ही होगा. Clear?
Okay, sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It is
What are
different
the
to case to case.
yes, of course, right? So for example, अगर आपने किसी एजेंसी को हायर किया है, that agency has a different method of calculating the risk. Yeah, risk can be measured in the various ways, right? हर एक के पैरामीटर्स अलग हो सकते हैं. Even if you look at the credit rating agencies का score, one rating agency is giving you A, however another rating agency is giving you to A+1, you're double A, you're triple C, you're double B. So both the rating agency might have a different ratings. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if both the rating agencies can have a two different ratings, that means when we say rating are different, means definitely the risk parameters are varying for both the agencies. So one agency is saying that this bond is very good, however another rating agency is saying that there is a slight risk. So it depends, right? So what type of risk parameters that they are, the method that they are using. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the corporate action, guys? What is corporate action?
Action is any event initiated by the public limited company that affects its stakeholders, including stockholders and bondholders.
It
Okay,
is
good.
a action initiated by issuer. It may or may not affect the investor.
Okay. What else?
So it's action taken by a company which get impacts to its shareholders
Okay.
directly.
How will that impact, guys? How will that impact to the customer or stakeholders or shareholders?
It
Any
impact
good
on the
example
companies.
that you would
It
like to quote?
impact. It impact on the shares. It impacting the shares that automatically share price increasing or
Your voice
decreasing.
is cracking. It's not audible.
That's impacting on the shares. That's why its share value may be increasing or decreasing.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Come again.
It impact on the share. It impacting on the shares.
Okay.
That time
So
share value may be decreasing or the increasing.
Okay. All right, guys. So corporate actions are the action taken by the company that impacts the shareholders' value directly. For example, if a company is going to give you or issue bonus, so you are the the shareholders of any company, and company wants to issue a bonus shares. Okay, 1:1. So suppose if you have 1,000 shares of Wipro, and Wipro announces 1:1 bonus share. That bonus share will be free of cost. You don't have to pay a single penny for that. But that once you are eligible for that corporate action, you will get another 1,000 shares free of cost in your account, in your demat account, right? So that means your position is as a investor, your position has been changed. Your quantity of shares earlier it was 1,000, now it is 2,000, right? Are you guys
yes,
getting me?
Yes,
yes, sir.
Okay. So again, there are various examples. I mean, there are various types of corporate actions. It's practically not possible for us to discuss in detail in this session. But stock split, dividends, mergers, acquisition, right issues, spin-offs, right? So there are various types of corporate actions which I would like you guys to
Hello.
prepare before you go for an interview. Yeah, tell me. Yes, go ahead. Yes, Chirag. Come on, your voice was not audible. Could you please repeat?
Uh, Sir, my question is that like corporate action, you also impact of the earnings available for the equity shareholder.
Of course. So, for example, let's say company board of director decided to declare the dividends this year. Okay, there was an annual general meeting. Board of director decided that certain percentage of dividend will be distributed amongst the shareholders. now those shareholders are entitled to receive the dividend. So for example, it is not necessary, right, that every year you will get the dividend on your equities. But on particular year, if a board of director decided to issue a dividend, that dividend is called issuance of that dividend is called a corporate action, because that is going to directly or indirectly impact your position. So you are going to get a dividend, means you are going to get a cash in your account. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. And suppose, have you guys ever noticed that during the time of your dividend, but that before you the company is going to announce that dividend, definitely the prices will be slightly increased in the market because of the demand of that share.
Yes, sir.
Right. So directly or indirectly, there is some kind of impact to that security. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. What do you mean by preference capital?
Sir,
So
kindly
sorry to
explain
interrupt. I have
the
a
slide, sir. One stock split is kindly, sir, explain, because I'm not much clear about that
Okay.
word.
Stock split means what? Your stock, for example, let's say you can take example one of the stock which is highly traded in the market. I mean, who has a let's say कोई भी stock है जो 5,000 10,000 रुपए से trade हो रहा है market में. Now what happens is that once that price of that particular security gets up, to reach to the some level, then there will be less liquidity in the market. Why less liquidity? Because people will not purchase and sell that security easily in the market. Are you getting me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the price of the security, let's say 10,000, जो security आपको 1,000 रुपए में मिल रहा है, वही security आज अगर ट्रेड हो रहा है 10,000 रुपए में. 10,000 रुपए मतलब उसकी highest price है. Today that same security which should have available at 1,000 rupees now available at a 10,000 rupees. Now definitely you will see a less liquidity in the market, because not all the retail investors, or for that matter everyone would be easily purchasing and selling that security, because ticket size bada hai, right Abhi? So what will happen, company will take a decision to create the liquidity in the market. Company will try to split that trade into different pieces. So one share is, let's say 10,000 rupees, then company will try to divide that into, split into 10. So again the price of that one single share, I mean the quantity will get divided. How much it will cost you? 1,000 rupees, but one share is equal to how much pieces?
10.
So it will get split. 10 shares में to split होगा.
Sir, yours.
Yes, tell me. Are you able to hear me? Yes, go ahead. You are saying
audible.
something. Am I audible?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's basically that security will get divided into number of quantities, so that same security can be easily traded in the market. So there will be high liquidity that will create once again the high liquidity in the market. Clear?
So I have a doubt. So in this case, the number of shares will be increased, right?
Mm-hmm.
The number of shares will be increased, and just can you stress more upon this spin-off? What kind of like
Okay.
shares?
Okay. Have you guys recently heard about Atos, spin-off? Spin-off. Have you
No.
heard?
Yes.
Okay. Spin-off means what will happen in spin-off? Basically, one big company, okay, has multiple different units, right? So, for example, one company may have pharmaceutical industries, diversified business, let's say. So, Reliance, अभी Reliance में Jio भी है, Reliance में Reliance सुपरमार्केट का भी आता है, मतलब FMCG का भी आता है, they have पेट्रोकेमिकल इंडस्ट्री का भी है, उसमें they have a diversified business, but that comes under one company, Reliance. Are you guys getting me?
Yes, sir.
Now what
Yes.
happens? Is it always necessary that all the Reliance unit will perform very well?
No, sir.
No.
Sometimes if their telecom industry nowadays Jio में बहुत profit हो रहा है, जबकि उनका रिलायंस सॉरी कौन सा वो फैब्रिकेशन इंडस्ट्री में उन लोग दे आर मेकिंग ह्यूज लॉसेस, और सम अदर एफएमसीजी में समझो दे आर मेकिंग ह्यूज लॉसेस. So now in that case, because of that, poor management, or I would say poor finances from that particular unit, the entire Reliance के securities को impact हो रहा है, because that comes under one chevrons, right? So in order to ये करने के लिए क्या करेंगे उसको, उन लोग क्या करेंगे, स्पिन ऑफ कर देंगे उसको. मतलब दे विल सेपरेट दैट टू एंटिटीज. जो जनरेट कर रहा है, फॉर एग्जांपल जो प्रॉफिट मेकिंग है उसको अलग से रखेंगे, और जो नॉन प्रॉफिट है उसको अलग करेंगे. आर यू गाइस गेटिंग मी?
Yes, yes. Existing parent company.
हाँ, एग्जिस्टिंग
Hello?
कंपनीज को, या बोलो.
Parent company.
राइट.
The concept of mutual setup.
Sorry,
Sir,
your
actually
voice
आपने
is
जैसे
breaking,
बताया
my friend, and that's the reason I'm not able to make it out.
सर एक्चुअली लाइक दिस कॉन्सेप्ट इज बिलोंग्स फ्रॉम म्यूचुअल सेटअप. लाइक मैंने सर टाटा का एग्जांपल लेता हूँ, जैसे टाटा ने लॉस में जा रही है, लेकिन जो टाटा स्टील के अदर मतलब जो पेरेंट कंपनी है, वहां से जो प्रॉफिट जनरेट हो रहे हैं, जो टाटा ने लॉस में भी जा रही है, तो वहां से वो रिकवर लॉस को कर रहे हैं, मतलब अपने दूसरे बिजनेस से. लाइक यही है
Right.
क्या सर?
अभी रिसेंट एग्जांपल ले लो ना, एटॉस के बारे में एक सुना है आपने? एटॉस जिसने
Yes, yes.
सिंटेल एंड इविडेन, मतलब अभी एटॉस का मेन जो ये है बिजनेस जो है, इट इज अ फ्रांस कंपनी, राइट? इनिशियली दे टुक ओवर सिंटेल. Sintel was a IT company. Now they again they have a various different chevrons under themselves. So now they have split जो गवर्नमेंट एंटिटीज जो है, गवर्नमेंट एंटिटीज और प्राइवेट एंटिटीज. सो इट इज आईटी कंपनी, राइट? सो गवर्नमेंट एंटिटीज से जो रेवेन्यू आता है विच इज लेस एज कंपेयर टू कॉर्पोरेशन, है ना? तो आईटी में भी दो डिफरेंट सेगमेंट है. तो गवर्नमेंट से आने वाला रेवेन्यू जहां से आता है वो सेगमेंट को उन्होंने अलग कर दिया, बिकॉज दैट टिकट साइज इज लेस. एंड द कॉर्पोरेशंस का जो आईटी ये है शेवरॉन है, उसको अलग कर दिया. सो दे हैव अ डिफरेंट टिकट साइज. सो दे विल हैव now different two entities under one chevron. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Chalo, let's move on. I understand that you guys will have definitely lot of questions, but with the interest of time, and we'll move on to the next question. So I would request you guys to take down this question, so at least अभी आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि what type of questions might be asked in the interview, guys?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Right. So I want you everyone to note down these questions and start preparing on this. Okay. Moving on to the next. What do you mean by preference capital? अभी preference share capital हम लोग थोड़ी देर पहले discuss किया है, so it is more or less same. Let's move on to the next. What do you mean by hedging, guys?
Sir, hedging is to minimize the risk. We can take example of in the arbitrage. So basically, hedging is the types of investment strategy to mitigate the risk. Like in the process of arbitrage, like in India, they have a more inflation as compared to US. So firstly, I withdraw the money from the Indian market, stock market, and investing the US market, and after the gaining the some profit, then will be converted into Indian rupees. So basically, the hedging is the process to minimize the risk on the arbitrage like that.
Okay, good.
It is my point of view, sir. Not for sure, but it is my point of view, sir. My own observation.
Okay.
Yeah, like if any export business, if exporter is exporting something like for foreign currency, also we can hedge through bank. Like.
Okay. So basically, hedging means minimizing the risk. There are various strategies by using your derivatives instrument, just like options, right? एक put option खरीदो, एक call option खरीदो. Okay. So basically, you will take the inverse, position. तो उससे क्या होगा? Your maximum losses will get compensated, right? So your intention is to minimize the loss. So basically, you are, so simply, अभी आप insurance का ले लेते हो, right? Why do we take insurance? Because if in case there is some mischief happens, right? कैसे ये होता है, तो you can protect your assets, or you can protect your investments accordingly, right? Like that. Okay,
Sir,
next. हाँ बोलो.
सर एक्चुअली मैं फ्रेशर हूँ तो मैं ट्राई कर रहा था, मतलब इसलिए मेरे मतलब वो था। अभी सर मैंने मतलब पढ़ा था सब्जेक्ट सिक्योरिटी एनालिसिस पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट, तो उसमें सर ये था मतलब हेजिंग वगैरह। सर सर एक्चुअली हम लोग का जैसे टाटा का जो शेयर प्राइस है, हम लोग सपोज करते हैं कि 100 रुपये उसका शेयर प्राइस है, ठीक है। तो उसके जो हम लोग आउट द मनी होता है ना सर, जैसे हम लोग का जो प्राइस होता है जब हम लोग का डिक्लाइन की तरफ आता है तो हम लोग का आउट द मनी होता है, जब ऊपर आता है तो वो इन द मनी होता है। तो सर उसमें भी तो हम लोग हेजिंग का मतलब वो करते ही हैं सर, कि नहीं सर? इन द
राइट
मनी
ना,
आउट
तो
द
अभी आप
मनी।
ऑप्शंस में जाओगे तो इन द मनी, एट द मनी, आउट ऑफ द मनी, बराबर है। सो यू विल डू मोर रिसर्च ऑन द आउट ऑफ द मनी, राइट। आउट ऑफ द मनी में रिसर्च करके यू विल ट्राई टू सी कि कहाँ पे मेरा प्रीमियम, बेस्ट प्रीमियम रहेगा। आपका इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू निकालोगे, राइट। यू विल डिसाइड व्हाट इज माय बेस्ट इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू। इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू से आप देखोगे आपका, अगर ऑप्शंस बायर साइड ऑफ से अगर आप करते हो तो बाइंग के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखोगे तो यू विल हैव अ प्राइस डीके, राइट। तो आपको ये भी देखना है कि बाय द टाइम यू आर रीचिंग टू योर एक्सपायरेशन, एक्सपायरेशन में ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी एज अ बायर आपका जो प्रीमियम है वो लॉस होते जाएगा। इट इज कॉल्ड प्रीमियम डीके बोलते हैं, राइट। तो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड डीप अबाउट ऑल द स्ट्रेटेजीज ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर इंस्ट्रूमेंट, एंड देन यू कैन टेक अ डिसीजन कि मुझे हाउ कैन आई मिनिमाइज माई लॉसेस बाय purchasing at the best price, and how can I protect myself by creating my डाइवर्सिफाइड पोर्टफोलियो। अगर आपने समझो बायर के साइड ऑफ से, बाइंग के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखा ऑप्शंस में, तो आपको सब पॉसिबिलिटीज देखने हैं। आपका इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू क्या है, बेस्ट प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ योर प्रीमियम क्या है, आपका एक्सपायरेशन डेट कितने नजदीक आ रही है, आपकी वॉलेटिलिटी क्या है मार्केट में, आप इन द मनी पे खरीद रहे हो, एट द मनी पे खरीद रहे हो, या आउट ऑफ द मनी पे खरीद रहे हो। सो देयर आर वेरियस स्ट्रेटेजीज दैट यू विल हैव टू टेक इनटू कंसिडरेशन बिफोर टेकिंग द डिसीजन। दैट इज सिंपली कॉल्ड एज हेजिंग। तो मिनिमाइज कैसे करोगे आपका एक्सपोजर, दैट यू विल डिसाइड। क्लियर?
Sir, fund manager also wealth manager follow the holistic approach to judge the security and diversify the portfolio on the time to time, I think.
एग्जैक्टली, ऑफ कोर्स, बिकॉज फॉर एग्जांपल अगर कैपिटल मार्केट आज बूम है, आज वहां पे, तो डेफिनेटली आपका अदर इंस्ट्रूमेंट जैसे गोल्ड है, गोल्ड में प्राइसेस कम हो जाएगी, या आपके अदर बिजनेसेस है, बैंक के रेट कम हो जाएंगे। बट जैसे ही मार्केट क्रैश होगा ऑटोमेटिकली गोल्ड के रेट बढ़ेंगे, या बाकी दूसरे इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स है उसके रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट बढ़ेंगे। आर यू विथ मी? सो देर इज ए इनवर्स रिलेशनशिप विद द वेरियस इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स। तो बाय दैट डेफिनेटली द फंड मैनेजर विल एनालाइज द रिस्क कि कौन से मार्केट में कौन सी रिस्क है, कहाँ पे रिटर्न ज्यादा मिल सकते हैं इन द ग्लोबल मार्केट, विच टाइप ऑफ, तो बॉन्ड में इन्वेस्ट करना है, या इक्विटी में करना है, या डेरिवेटिव्स इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में करना है। अगर डेरिवेटिव्स में भी करना है तो कौन से इंस्ट्रूमेंट में करना है, राइट। सो ऑल दोस डिसीजंस विल बी taken by the investment manager time to time, especially hedge fund managers को they have to be more alert, क्योंकि वो एक्टिव फंड होता है, एंड दे विल हैव टू closely monitor their risk, and accordingly they will have to diversify their portfolio. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. Next is, what do you mean by fair value, guys?
Fair value means the face value of the particular stock as well as the asset, like.
Okay. Yes, go ahead. Guys, make it more interactive. जिसको आ रहा है सही बोलो बिंदास, क्योंकि I'm not going to say anything, but this is very, very important. Fair value refers to unbiased and rational estimate of the potential market price of an asset, goods, or service. The fair value of asset is the amount at which you can buy or sell asset in the current transaction between willing parties other than liquidation. Similarly, the fair value of the liability refers to the amount at which you incur to settle the current transaction between two willing parties other than the liquidation. क्या समझ में आया इसमें?
So basically, fair value is means that a price fixed where a seller and buyer is agreed to pay each other. That is called fair value.
But simple, fair value. कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Clear. Okay, guys, let's make it more. मतलब थोड़ा सा, there are so many questions that I'll have to cover quickly. So just keep on writing and note down your questions so we can address that. What do you mean by the secondary market, guys? Quickly. ये तो पता है सबको. What do you mean?
we talking about the secondary market. So secondary market like the BSE and SPE, the secondary market, they have a fixed geographical location there, like broker and sub broker involved in this type of market, and FPO follow on public offering, like the firstly unlisted company issue the IPO. After the IPO listing, and we have selling the existing security in the secondary market, and we have find the like the broker and sub broker involvement in this process, and the price of the security are fluctuate on the basis of market trends.
Okay. अच्छा, simple. जब भी आप इंटरव्यू में आंसर दोगे, you'll have to simply make sure that सिंपल लैंग्वेज में आप बता दो. आपका ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको you'll have to mug up and just go for an interview. No, you can simply आपके हिसाब से आप ये कर सकते हो, डिस्कस कर सकते हो, बट प्रोवाइडेड वो कन्विंसिंग होना चाहिए आंसर. सो सेकेंडरी मार्केट में सिंपल लैंग्वेज में क्या बोलेंगे? once the security listed in the market. Yeah, go ahead.
सर एक्चुअली जो कंपनी होती है, जो अनलिस्टेड कंपनी होती है, वो जैसे राज लिमिटेड कंपनी है सर, तो वो एक्चुअली लिस्टेड नहीं है, तो पहले वो अपना आईपीओ लॉन्च करेगी मार्केट में. तो आईपीओ लॉन्च करेगी तो वो फिक्स प्राइस पे करेगी. तो उसके बाद तो जब वो आईपीओ मतलब लिस्टेड हो जाएगी,
नहीं, आईपीओ लिस्ट करेगी वो फिक्स प्राइस पे. क्या बोले?
मतलब सर जो अपना आईपीओ लॉन्च करेगी तो फिक्स प्राइस में, मतलब प्राइस में फ्लक्चुएशन
जरूरी
नहीं होगा.
नहीं है.
जो
There are
मतलब
two types of prices. There are two types of prices at the time of IPO. One is fixed price and another is book building. Book building means certain range will be given. हाँ, bidding करने के लिए ये दिया जाएगा bidding price. That 20% का cap ये दिया जाएगा cap. Okay, and within that price, in order to avoid the manipulation in the market, means company कभी भी manipulate कर सकती है उसके prices को, but let that decide the market. इसकी वजह से सेबी क्या बोलती है कि तुम लोग बुक बिल्डिंग के थ्रू कर दो. तो मतलब क्या है? let the market decide the price of that security. So you can't always say that the IPO will be fixed price. Clear?
यस सर. बट जो अंडरराइटर होता है वो यदि वो गारंटी लेता है, मतलब अंडरराइटर या मर्चेंट बैंकर इन्वॉल्वमेंट होता है जो आईपीओ लॉन्च होता है, तो उसमें यदि 90% से ज्यादा वो मतलब अंडर सब्सक्रिप्शन होता है, तो वो मतलब गारंटी लेता है कि मतलब वो उसको मतलब बाई करना पड़ेगा. लाइक
राइट. तो आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक जब भी हायर करते हो ना, दैट पॉइंट इन टाइम दैट बैंक विल गिव यू गारंटी, बट दैट डजंट मीन दैट कि उसका पूरा का पूरा ओनरशिप उन लोग लेंगे. ये आपका ये भी तो डिसाइड होगा ना, प्राइस बैंड वगैरह जो है, दैट अल्टीमेट मार्केट इज गोइंग टू डिसाइड कि रिस्पॉन्ड कैसे करना है इस सिक्योरिटी को.
यस सर. तो सर सेकेंडरी मार्केट में सर बेसिकली क्या होता है, जो एग्जिस्टिंग सिक्योरिटीज होती है, मतलब स्टॉक होता है, उसका ट्रेडिंग होता है. और बेसिकली इसमें सर क्या होता है, जैसे हम लोग को प्राइमरी मार्केट में जो एचएनआई वगैरह अंडरराइटर वगैरह इन्वॉल्वमेंट होते हैं और मर्चेंट
is decided in the primary market. The price is decided by the company. However, in the secondary market, the demand and supply of that particular security or a market will decide the price of that security. बराबर?
Yeah.
Okay. ठीक. What is the difference between cost accounting and costing, guys? अच्छा, एक काम करते हैं. Let's do one thing. Yes, एक काम करो. I want everyone to participate from the next session onward. So just do one thing. I'm just going to give you this question. Just write it down. Only question. We will discuss in the next session about all these remaining questions. Quickly write it down. What is the difference between cost accounting and costing? Write down.
the person like the person
We'll discuss that next date. We just have a 15 minutes. I want to want everyone to participate from the next time onwards. Sabko participate karna, guys. Unless and until you are not able to express, I don't know how much knowledge you have. Okay, you will have ample of knowledge, but if you are not able to articulate it, if you are not able to present it, it is not going to help in the interview, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Got it.
So if you guys want to be an expert, or if you want to grab the opportunity in the market, if you want to negotiate your packages very well, you have to impress your interviewer. And how can you impress your interviewer? You will have to simply smartly answer the questions with confidence. And how can you build that confidence? Simply by practice. And if you're not able to speak that, I know that most of you guys might be having, have a best answer to all these questions. But since you guys are not able to speak up or in this forum, I'm not even gaining the confidence. If I'm an interviewer, and if I know that far better than me, but if you're not able to express it, for me it is value is zero. As simple as that. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the difference between cost accounting and costing? Next question is, what do you mean by put option? Likho. Next is, what is goodwill? I hope everyone is writing down these questions.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, the next session I'm going to ask these questions. What is the difference between journal entry and ledger? What is the difference between journal entry and ledger? Next is, what is treasury bill? What is treasury bill? Shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What is commercial paper? We discussed, but once again, commercial paper. What is certificate of deposits? Likho usme. What is a certificate of deposit? What is bond? What is bond? What is dematerialization? What is dematerialization? What is demat account?
Done, sir.
Who is depository participant? Who is depository participant? What is Sensex and what is Nifty? What is SEBI? I hope everyone is writing it down. Huh?
Yes, sir.
What is IPO? What is FII? What is FII? What is FDI? What is FDI?
Done, sir.
What is disinvestment? What is disinvestment? What is mutual fund, or what are mutual fund? What are hedge fund? What are private equity? What are mutual fund? या ऐसे लिख सकते, what is mutual fund? हम आगे है वो. Let's see. What is derivatives? What is derivative? Within derivatives, you can write what is forward, what is future, what is swap, and what is
Option.
option. Yeah. All right. So we will take a pause here, okay, for today. I want you guys to get prepared with all these questions so that we will have an interactive session next Saturday. And apart from that, to that very next session, I will have discuss you common questions being asked in the interview. Okay. So I hope this practice is going to help you to crack the interviews. I'm going to discuss with you what are the, techniques of interview as well. And also we will discuss in one of the session how to deal with the bosses, difficult bosses, how to deal with cope up with the, you know, so before we move, I'll just quickly give you one briefing about. Hope you guys are able to.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I don't know. How many of you are, work smartly in the office, but this is the theory that I would like to, discuss with everyone. So keep in mind that your performance is, just a second, let me.
Hello, sir.
Yes, are you able to view my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to discuss a small theory with you. I hope everyone will take this on a serious note. Just be, patient. इसमें समझ लेना. There are two things, guys. How many of you would like to grow in the industry? How many of you would like to grow in the industry?
I am
Me, sir.
interested.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Okay.
Yes,
Everyone
sir.
would like to grow. This is a simple theory. This I want you guys to understand deeply. Trust me, if you understand the logic behind this theory and work smartly, nobody is going to stop your growth in the industry. Number one. Okay, my painting is very bad, but just bear with me. ये है tortoise. Tortoise, yeah. What are the qualities of tortoise, guys?
It's
Tortoise.
growing continuously.
Consistency.
Consistency.
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady. Okay. कोई बोला consistency or what else?
Perseverance.
Okay.
Aim.
Aim. Okay. So you guys are, telling all these things on the basis of that rabbit and tortoise story, right? But this
Yes.
story is completely different. The reference here of that tortoise is something like that. Make sure that your performance and your relationship, these are the two important factors in your survival in the industry. Number one, performance means what? आप कैसा काम करते हो? आप how smartly you are working? What is your attitude? On the other hand side, how is your relationship with the people, your senior management, your client partners, with your HR, with your colleagues, with your subordinates, right? So that is decide your your performance, or I would say your existence or survival in the industry. For example, tortoise कैसा रहता है? एकदम slow रहता है. So there are people in the industry that they even least bother who is sitting next to right on the left hand side next to him. They will simply come to the office, they will eat their tiffin, whatever they have been assigned, वो करेंगे जितना हो सकता है. Always look at their watch, and they will live organization as per their convenience. They don't have a relationship with people, they don't have a good performance as well. आएंगे slowly काम करेंगे चले जाएंगे. Do you think these kind of people will survive in the industry, or rather make a progress in the industry?
No, sir.
No.
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 Would you like to be like this personality?
No.
No.
Right? So make sure that your performance, you should have a good visibility, you should have a good performance, in the sense you should always strive hard, smart, to make sure that your performance is always top. Then only so this kind of category of people, I would personally not like to be a part of this particular personality. Bear के बारे में क्या सुना है आपको? टेडी बियर कैसा रहता है, guys?
Soft.
Soft रहता है. Good. What else? What is
Cheerful.
PIP? Someone is calling, saying that PIP. PIP, performance improvement plan. Performance improvement plan means what? Your performance is not good consistently for past 5-6 months. You are not performing very well. Your manager will call you in the cabin. He will say that your performance is not good. For past 5-6 months, we are noticing your performance day by day getting deteriorated. It is not meeting the expectations. Please focus on your performance. If not, then you will be put on the PIP, performance improvement plan. Once that person is put on the PIP with the help of, with the involvement of HR, that person will be put on the official notice कि by 6 महीने में you have to perform very well. All months performance will be measured closely, and if you are if there is no improvement, then in the next 6 months again you will be called, 3 months के बाद आपको एक और एक notice दिया जाएगा with your performance, and then HR and operation manager will take collective call to sack out that individual. Clear?
But sir,
Yes.
this is chart related. Sir, this chart related with the product life cycle, introduction, growth, maturity, and declining.
Sorry. Come again.
Like sir, I think this chart is applied for the product life cycle, like introduction, both maturity and declining.
I did not get you. Introduction means what? This is not the introduction. I mean, one person will be put on PIP once he comes into production. Okay, so for example, in the initial days, if you join the company, you are on the probation period. No, you will not immediately put on the PIP. Initially, you will be, training will be provided to you. Once your own production gets started, then that person will be closely monitored with their performance, and on the basis of that, that person will be, notified or alerted that your performance is not meeting the expectations and you need to improve upon. If there is no improvement in your performance, then disciplinary action will be taken. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, hope
Yes.
that answer your question, huh? Okay, just second.
Hello.
Yes, please go.
सर एक्चुअली आपने जो कुछ वो बता रहे थे ना, तो मतलब म्यूचुअल फंड, सीडी, सर्टिफिकेट डिपॉजिट, वो मैं नोट
अच्छा,
नहीं कर
अभी
पाया
आप
सर,
तो
क्योंकि
एकदम
मेरे network-
बैक एंड में चले गए, एकदम बैक फुट पे। अभी हम लोग वी हैव स्टार्टेड अ स्मॉल टॉपिक टू डिस्कस. इन द मिडल ऑफ दिस इफ यू ऑल ऑफ अ सडन कम, देन प्रोबेबली इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट, बिकॉज राइट. तो हम उसको ये खत्म करते हैं, उसके बाद में आपको क्विकली बताता हूँ.
नहीं सर, मेरे को आता है सर, जस्ट मेरे को आप मतलब कोई लिखा हुआ तो मतलब उस पे मैं ले लूंगा सर, कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
अच्छा, ठीक है. All right. So we are just discussing on this topic. Let's finish that. Okay. Then we'll. Yeah. Okay. So performance and the relationship. Clear, guys? So would you like to be? And the next category is teddy bear. Teddy bear कैसा रहता है, guys? What are the qualities of teddy bear? Soft रहता है, किसी ने बोला. What else? Teddy bear कैसा रहता है? How is a teddy bear? What are the qualities of teddy bear?
Lazy.
Lazy. Okay. ठीक है, नो वरीज. सो टेडी बियर कैसा रहता है कि ऑलवेज इट इज सॉफ्ट, सबको प्यारा लगता है, राइट. इट इज लवेबल, राइट. एवरीबडी वो सीने पे लगाएंगे उसको जब तक उसका इंपॉर्टेंस है. जैसे ही उसका इंपॉर्टेंस, मतलब वंस यू फाइंड अनदर न्यू वन, यू विल सिंपली थ्रो दिस आउट एंड रिप्लेस द न्यू वन. आर यू विथ मी? ऐसा ही होता है ना टेडी बियर में.
राइट.
तो टेडी बियर का जो क्वालिटी के बंदे लोग रहते हैं ना इंडस्ट्री में, इनके सर पे किसी का हाथ रहता है. सो समबडी इज अ गॉड फादर फॉर देम. द मोमेंट दैट देयर रिलेशनशिप इज हाई but the performance is very low, right? The performance is low, relationship is high. Now in this case tortoise में क्या था, performance भी low था and relationship भी low था. But in this case relationship is high but the performance is low. In this case उनके सर पे जिसका हाथ है, मैनेजर है या सीईओ है, whatever relatives है, रेफरेंस की वजह से आया है, till the time that person is there in the organization, this person will get a good appreciation, good increment, salaries, promotions. But the moment that person moves out, उसके सर का हाथ निकल जाता है, then do you think that this person will be survive in the industry?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Right. So would you like to be a part of would you like to be a personality like this, teddy bear जैसा?
No.
No. right? So don't be always, so make sure that your relationship would be high, but if your performance is not good, nobody is going to, your survival will not be fittest. Next is shark. Shark मछली कैसा रहता है? What are the qualities of shark? What are the qualities of shark?
It is always active.
Sharp. It is sharp.
Sharp. It is sharp. What else?
It is always active.
Active. Okay.
Scary.
Always accelerating.
Okay.
Always moving forward.
Right. Okay. So this kind of personality of people, in the industry, these people, their performance is very high. I mean, performance is always top. How it looks like? I mean, for example, कोई एक बंदा है जो टीम में बोलता है कि मैं 100% की रिक्वायरमेंट है, बट दैट नहीं, मैं 150 करूंगा, मैं 200% या 300% परफॉर्मेंस देगा, बट दैट पर्सन इज अरोगेंट, दैट पर्सन हैज अ लॉट ऑफ एटीट्यूड, बिकॉज ऑफ एटीट्यूड, लॉट ऑफ एटीट्यूड, हिज रिलेशनशिप इज लो. आपने देखा रहेगा, वन शार्क इट्स द अनदर शार्क. Do you know shark is the aggressive fish which eats another shark. छोटे शार्क को खा डालता है. Do you know? है ना? तो इस कैटेगरी के बंदे जो रहते हैं ना इन द इंडस्ट्री, देयर परफॉर्मेंस इज हाई. आई मीन उनको 100 बोला तो 200-300% मारेंगे. ये मेरे जैसा कोई नहीं. They always treat them as a godfather, okay, in the industry. And because of that, their relationship is not good, because the people don't want to be be associated with them, and that is the reason people always run away from them. And जब तक ये बंदे का परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा है, कंपनी को जरूरत है उसकी, तब तक इसको रखेंगे. द मोमेंट हिज रिप्लेसमेंट इज देयर, अनदर शार्क आ जाता है, इजीली दिस पर्सन को निकाला जा सकता है, या that can be replaced by someone else. Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
So would you like to become a just like shark? मतलब आपका relationship is not good, you always carry a kind of attitude in the industry, your performance is very good, but would you like to become like this?
No.
No.
Okay. तो देखो, आपको टॉर्टोइज जैसा भी नहीं होना है, मींस परफॉर्मेंस लो भी नहीं है, रिलेशनशिप लो भी नहीं दिखाना है. यहाँ पर टेडी बियर जैसा रिलेशनशिप हाई बट प्रोडक्टिविटी इज लो नहीं. इफ प्रोडक्टिविटी इज हाई बट रिलेशनशिप इज नॉट गुड, दिस इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क. द फाइनली fox. Have you heard about fox? What are the qualities of fox, guys? Cunning. Acha. Okay. What else?
Smart,
Clever.
fast.
Smart, clever.
It's always looking for opportunities.
Looking for an opportunities. Have you guys seen National Geography and Animal Planet? Fox is the only animal who can grab his food from in front of lion and tiger. Have you seen?
Yes.
Yes.
That means his relationship is high and productivity is also high. यानी कि if you want to become the smart, if you want to progress or succeed in the industry, always be a fox. You should know what to do, when to do, how to do. Right time पे right चीज करोगे तो you will be the smarter, and you don't have to spoil the relationship with anyone. Build your relationship with everyone. Be productive, be humble, polite, and give what is expected by your company. Nobody is going to stop your growth. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
अगर आप ऑफिस में बोलोगे यार मुझसे नहीं होगा, मुझे जल्दी निकलना है, दिस इज नॉट माय जॉब, ओके, आस्क समबडी टू डू इट, ओके, आज मेरे पास बहुत काम है. इफ यू use this kind of language, nobody is going to entertain. This industry is a service industry. In the service industry, everyone is expecting a good service, satisfactory response. Take your own example. Being a bank is your you are a customer for a bank, right? But if your bank is not providing good service, you have a lot of open option. You can switch one bank to another bank. So and that is the reason bank has to provide you the services. So similarly, if you are working in the bank and providing services to your customer, then you need to understand what is their requirement, and as per their requirement, you will have to work. Are you guys getting me?
Yes.
So if you are expecting something good
Yes,
from
sir.
others, then you will also have to smartly deliver and make your customers happy so that you can grow in the industry. As simple as that. There is no other way, right? Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, guys. So let's take a pause here. Let's catch up next week with those questions. And okay, so who was asking that? What was that missing for him? Just tell me. I'll just share the screen once again. Yeah. Are you able to view my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Write it down. Derivatives. What is derivative? What is hedge fund? What is private equity? What is disinvestment? What is FDI? What is FII? What is IPO? What is SEBI? What is Sensex and Nifty? Who is depository participant? What is demat account? What is dematerialization? What is commercial paper? I hope इसके पहले वाले questions आपने लिखे रहेंगे.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
General
All right,
ledger
guys.
with
Okay.
that one.
Right. Sorry.
Journal entries with this ledger account, I hope.
Okay. What is treasury bill? What is journal
Yeah,
entry
1
and
minute.
ledger?
1 minute. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Okay. I hope today's session was, informative and will help you to go for an interview with the preparation. Yes, no. Was this informative?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. All right. So wish you all the best. I would request you guys to spend some time for this whole week and come prepared with those questions so we can